Hendry Group's a built form advisory firm, and we were very much traditionally in the risk mitigation statutory compliance space. But what we've really transitioned to now is this really digital enabled facilitator of the built form. So what we try and do is use the latest in technology. So whether it is tablet software or drones or 360-degree imagery, or even using AR technology such as HoloLens, when we enter the built form, we try and collect data not just for ourselves, but for all the ecosystem members. So for our company, it enables us to have one person turn up to site and basically do an endless amount of different services. But what makes it really powerful is it then enables collaboration. So we're able to collaborate with other ecosystem members from people all around the world in real time.
Tell us more then about your own path and your journey to leading what is now a private company, but once upon a time was a traditional family business.
So Hendry Group was a family business. It was actually founded by my father 36 years ago. I had actually gone overseas to study for a while, and upon coming back and taking over the C-suite position, I said, look, you need to step down and we need to actually put the right types of people in the executive roles. And if I was going to come on board as a CEO, I actually brought my family out and enabled us to have a more inclusive environment for each team member, as well as me sort of leading the charge. Change management is so fundamentally important to any type of transition or development or evolution. So there was multiple changes on so many different levels. There was the family business level change to a corporate. There was also the fact that a lot of my staff members in industry have known me since I was a child. So it's actually changing stereotypes and perceptions of me as now their leader. And then very much so changing that corporate structure for innovation.
Okay, Emma, let's address the elephant in the room, and that is gender. You work in a highly male-dominated sector, and having spoken to you, this is something that you've clearly felt quite keenly throughout your career. Tell us more about those experiences.
So definitely the property sector is a laggard in numerous respects to do with diversity, and especially in my particular sector that we were playing in previously and where we are today. Me personally, it really was overcoming those stereotypes. So I don't perhaps fit the, usual CEO of a built form advisory firm in the statutory compliance and risk space. And so it really was a challenge to actually get that credibility and be recognised for what I was capable of and not be limited to opinions of the way I was perceived. So for me, it really fueled my passion and my perseverance. So I actually travelled overseas and took on 2 masters over at Oxford and ran the company, went back and forwards every single month because I really wanted to be the best that I could be and be the strongest leader. So for me, it's really about promoting diversity and inclusion for everyone, because if we're going to, as a sector, really push forward and not be a laggard anymore, we need to attract the right type of talent, not profile people.
You're a champion for diversity, inclusion, the digital revolution, some of those real buzzwords that we're seeing in the modern workplace right now. Is the pace of change frustrating to you?
If you take the diversity and inclusion space, there has been so much discussion over the past few years about the best way to approach diversity and inclusion and really pushing forward those metrics and how to really engage with the individual. And then on the digital revolution front, this has somewhat been, for the property sector, quite a new and nascent way of working. And the appetite from the market is really starting to burn now, and you can really see the change. So I was frustrated, I still am frustrated, but I'm extremely excited and hopeful for what's to come in the next few years.
What do you think then needs to happen at an industry level or a government level, or is organic change the most sustainable change?
We always need organic change, but I do fundamentally believe there needs to be a shift. We need to actually converge those 3 individual levels because they can't work autonomously. And it's like any type of goal or target, unless you're all aligned to the direct target that you're trying to head to, you're going to veer off course. And there's going to be a lot of conflicting issues that come up along the way. And what we can really see is, especially if I take the digital revolution, how are we able to legislate and then enforce course, technology that is developing quicker than what we're able to even understand at a political or a government level. And so that's where we really need to look at it in holistic purposes internationally, not just within a sector or not just within a geographical location, and really start to say, how do we do this differently? This is how we did it in the past, but with the digital economy, will that work for the future? And then we need to align industry with academia and politics.